Hi, my name is Nasteri and I'm a nurse in the fertility, mom and baby space. And today we are talking about an issue that affects countless women. That is hormonal imbalances or hormonal imbalance and how it can stand in the way of your dream to conceive this year or next year or whenever you are ready. So this session is going to be your complete hormone education. Like, you're gonna be so educated about hormones. I'm going to be able to walk you through what hormones really are and the role they play in your body. And we are also going to talk about what happens when those hormones become imbalanced, like when they are too much or too little. And we're also going to talk about how to recognize the signs in your own cycle that could tell you that no, you have hormonal imbalances, and also how a hormonal imbalance affects your fertility, and most importantly, what you can do to restore balance and increase your chances of getting pregnant in your next cycle. So this is about you have hormonal imbalance, but you can also get pregnant. So let us begin. So what are hormones? What are hormones? Please take a book or a notepad and just write. So what are hormones? So hormones, I can describe them as chemical messengers made in your different parts of your body, and they're gonna be able to travel through your bloodstream, and their role is to deliver instructions to your organs, tissues and muscles so that everything works in harmony or in alignment. So you have many hormones in your body at work every single day, but when it comes to fertility, there are key ones that must function in balance. When your body produces too much or too little of these hormones, that is what we call hormonal imbalance. So, and it's not something that affects women only, even men, or men also can experience it too. But for women, I can say it directly impacts reproductive health, and the symptoms can be wide ranging. For example, irregular periods, acne like pimples, excess hair growth, mood swings, or even unexplained weight changes. Now, let us talk about fertility hormones, because this is what this is all about. Your brain and your ovaries, like your brain and your ovaries, they are in constant communication every month, and together they're gonna be able to coordinate your cycle, your ovulation, and prepare your womb for pregnancy. If you have regular periods that come every 21 to 35 days, it usually means this system is functioning well, so clap for yourself. But if your cycles are shorter than 21 days or they stretch longer than 35 days, it's often a sign that your hormones are out of balance or they are imbalanced. Now let us break this down further. At the start of your cycle, your brain is going to release a hormone called FSH, or the follicle stimulating hormone, and the job of this hormone is to stimulate your ovaries to grow some tiny sacs of fluids that are called follicles. Each of these follicles contain an immature egg, and as this follicle develops, it begins to release estrogen. I know you've ever heard about the hormone estrogen, and also small amounts of the progesterone hormone. The role of the estrogen is to help your uterine lining to grow thicker, to prepare it to receive a fertilized egg. I hope we are together. Please give a like if you agree with me. And now, once these follicles mature, your brain is going to send another signal in the form of the luteinizing hormone, or the LH. And this sudden increase in the LH is what triggers ovulation. I know you've ever heard about ovulation. How this happens, these follicles are going to burst open and they're going to release the mature egg into the fallopian tube, and that is what ovulation is. And only then can a sperm and meet with the egg and fertilize it. Now, if fertilization happens, the egg is going to travel to the uterus over 5 to 6 days thereby, and the uterine lining that was thickened by the estrogen is going to be ready for implantation. And at the same time, the empty follicle that released the egg, you remember that follicle? That empty follicle in your ovary is gonna start producing progesterone hormone, and this is what is gonna support the early stages of pregnancy. And without enough of this progesterone, even if fertilization occurs, sustaining this pregnancy is gonna be very, very difficult. So do you see how beautifully your body or the body is designed? Can you see that? Your brain, your ovaries, and your uterus all have to be in sync. They have to work together. But if any hormone is too high or too low, that communication breakdown, the follicles may not grow properly, ovulation may not occur, fertilization can be blocked, or early pregnancy may not be sustained, unfortunately or sadly. Now, one of the biggest causes of hormonal imbalances is the use of modern contraceptives. Believe me not, believe me, please believe me. For years, I used to promote contraception, that is the modern contraceptives. I would say it was part of my job. But after 4 years, the last 4 years working closely with women, I saw firsthand the damage these contraceptives do. And I'm also a victim. I've used the IUD, the implant, the pills, and they all messed me up a big time. And in one of the instances, I also lost one of the pregnancies. So a lot of women, or many women, are struggling to conceive for years after stopping contraceptives, especially the Depo Shot. And so many are also injured by other contraceptives like the IUD. I'm also one of those who are injured by this birth control method. So for me, I reached a point where I decided enough was enough. I couldn't continue promoting something that was causing so much silent struggle. I have seen it, I have heard it, I've experienced it. That is why I made a conscious decision to transition my entire focus to learning natural birth spacing and hormonal healing. That is what I've been doing for the past couple of months. And these methods equally work well. They are effective and have zero side effects on your body. They are going to be able to help you balance your hormones, have a regular cycle, be able to conceive. So if you are currently struggling with hormonal imbalance, adverse or bad side effects from contraceptives, or you're unable to conceive up to now, and you've done everything by the book, like you've tried everything and and there's nothing else, there's nothing that has worked so far, I would like to work with you. I would want to work with you. So I want you to reach out directly to me. You can comment below, maybe just use the word heal, comment the word heal, or you can use this email address right here to reach out to me, and I'm gonna be able to reply back to you. You and I can have a one-on-one, and we're gonna see how best I can help you depending on everything that I've been learning and practicing myself. So how do you know if you have hormonal imbalance? Number one, start by tracking your cycle length. This one, you're gonna count from the first day of one period to the day before the next. A healthy range should be around between 21 to 35 days. If your cycles are consistently outside that range, that points to irregular ovulation. Please note that. The second way is through blood tests. These ones, they can also reveal the imbalance. The most common ones, you can test the FSH, LH, estrogen, and the progesterone. This one, contact your doctor. They're gonna be able to guide you through how to do these tests, when to do them. But mostly, like for example, for progesterone, you do it 7 days before your next cycle, 7 days before your next period begins. Another way you can know that you have hormonal imbalance is even though you're having a period, you're not on contraceptives, but you are not able to conceive and you don't have any other issues, then this could definitely be an issue with the hormonal imbalance, and it needs to be taken care of. Now, how do you treat this? One of the best approaches is through lifestyle modification. This is what research shows works. For example, healthy weight management, and I know this is one size fits all. It may not work with you, but that one can actually help lose some bit of weight if you are overweight. It can help also improve ovulation, regulate your hormones, and yes, Another way is through a balanced nutrition. Here you're gonna focus on eating things like fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats. Limit processed foods, sugary drinks, and those fast sugars. And then regular exercises, physical activity that supports hormone regulation is very important, and you're going to be able to also reduce insulin resistance. Here aim for at least 30 minutes of workout every single day. And also don't forget about stress reduction, because chronic stress is going to raise the cortisol, and this can interfere with the fertility hormone. So these are all some of the average or some of the one size fits all kind of approach. It may not work for you, and that is why it is so good to talk to somebody who has been on this journey, somebody who understands, because your body could not be needing exercise but needs maybe a detox, or it needs something else depending on where you are at in your particular journey. So reach out to me. Also comment there in the comment section. Tell us your journey. How has the journey been? Do you have any questions? Also, please leave them there in the comment section, and I'm gonna read them and answer them. And don't forget to reach out to me if you're tired of all these struggles and you want a fix, a total fix. Thank you so much, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that you and I can be able to reach more people who need this information.